Somewhere beneath the surface of Mars, there is water. At least, that is what the scanner said yesterday. But scanners malfunction. Readings get corrupted, data lies. And on a planet 225 million kilometers from the nearest laboratory, the only way to know the truth is to go back and dig. Day 2 begins at 5:42 in the morning. Mars morning. The sun rises differently here. No golden warmth, no orange horizon stretching lazily across familiar sky. Just a pale cold light, creeping slowly across an iron-red desert that has been waiting 4 billion years for someone to notice it. Outside, the temperature is minus 71 degrees Celsius. It has warmed 11 degrees since midnight. That is considered a good morning on Mars. Nobody slept. You are inside a machine. And somewhere in the back of every mind, a number. 0.08%. The moisture reading from yesterday. Small. Almost nothing. But on a planet with no rivers, no rain, no oceans, no clouds, 0.08% of anything wet is everything. By 6:15, the crew is already suiting up. There is no discussion about whether to go back to that spot. There is no vote, no debate. Everyone already knows that is where today begins. The suits go on in silence. Seals checked. Oxygen confirmed. Radiation monitors reset to 0. The airlock opens, and 12 people step back out into the most hostile environment any human being has ever survived. The walk back takes 9 minutes. The spot is exactly where they left it yesterday, a small scanner probe mark in the rust-red soil. Unremarkable, ordinary, surrounded by millions of square kilometers of identical-looking ground. But this particular patch of ground had a secret. The geologist kneels down first. She does not rush. She places the scanner probe at exactly the same angle as yesterday, same depth, same pressure, and waits. The scanner takes 41 seconds to complete its analysis. Those 41 seconds are the longest 41 seconds in the history of human exploration. Longer than the first moon landing, longer than the first spacewalk. Because this reading, if confirmed, means something that changes every calculation, every timeline, every plan for how long humans can survive on this planet. The scanner beeps. Once then the display running at approximately 3 to 7 centimeters below surface, across an estimated area of several hundred square meters. Water ice content, 4.3%. Nobody moves. For 11 seconds, nobody on the surface of Mars makes a single sound. Then the geologist slowly stands up, turns to face the commander, says nothing, just holds up the scanner screen. He reads it once, then reads it again, then looks down at the ground beneath his boots. Ancient Martian soil, billions of years old, and just beneath the surface, water, frozen, waiting, as if Mars itself had been saving it for exactly this moment. The implications are immediate. Water ice means oxygen production is possible. Water ice means rocket fuel can be manufactured. On Mars, water ice means plants can grow. Water ice means the colony does not need to import every drop of water from 225 million kilometers away. Water ice means they can stay, not just survive, stay, build, grow. But there is a problem. There is always a problem on Mars. 4.3% water ice in Martian soil sounds significant, and it is. But extracting it requires heat, sustained heat, applied to thousands of square meters of frozen ground, which requires energy, which requires the nuclear reactor that is currently still packed in the cargo bay of Ares 1, in pieces, waiting to be assembled by human hands, in minus 60-degree temperatures, in suits that make every movement feel like moving through water. The water is here. Getting to it is another mission entirely. By midday, the team has expanded the survey, moving outward from the original discovery point in a grid pattern, taking readings every 2, mapping the water ice deposit like archaeologists uncovering something precious and buried. And with every reading, the deposit grows larger, not hundreds of square meters, thousands. A reservoir of frozen water hiding just beneath the surface of what looked like the most barren desert in the solar system. Dr. Sarah Chen records every data point in her journal. Her handwriting, she has said before, helps her think. On page 1, she writes, Day 2. Water confirmed. Deposit larger than anticipated. Mars did not want us to find this easily, but it could not hide it forever. The afternoon brings wind, not the catastrophic planet-wide dust storms that can last for months, but a sustained 45 km/h surface. Wind, driving fine iron oxide dust horizontally across the terrain, reducing visibility to less than 200 meters, and coating every suit, every instrument, every surface, in a thin layer of rust-red Martian dust. The dust gets into everything. Equipment joints, scanner lenses, the treads of boots. Marcus Williams, the chief engineer, spends 40 minutes clearing dust from a critical joint on the atmospheric sensor array in his suit, with gloves designed for zero-gravity spacecraft work, not for the fine motor precision of mechanical repair on a dusty alien surface. He fixes it. Of course he fixes it, but it takes twice as long as it should, and the dust keeps coming. Mars has a way of reminding you, every hour, every minute, that it did not ask you to come here, that it owes you nothing, that every breath you take, every step you walk, every tool you use, exists in spite of this planet, not because of it. And yet, beneath that same dust, Beneath the rust and the cold and the radiation and the silence, there is water. There has always been water. Mars is holding it. In frozen silence, for longer than life has existed on Earth. By evening the wind drops. The dust settles slowly in the low gravity, drifting down like the world's most ancient snowfall. The crew returns to Ares, suits off. Radiation monitors checked. Dose acceptable. The evening meal is the same as yesterday's evening meal. Vacuum sealed. No smell. No taste. But tonight, something is different about the table. Nobody is looking at the floor. Nobody is lost in their own private silence. The scanner data sits on the central screen, and everyone is looking at it. 4.3%. Water. The final version is 11 words. Water confirmed. Larger than expected. We are staying. Day 2 complete. He sends it. It will take 20 minutes to reach Earth. 20 more minutes for any response. By the time Mission Control reads those 11 words and begins to understand what they mean, the crew of Ares 1 will already be asleep, dreaming if they dream at all of ice. Outside, in the Martian night, the temperature drops back to minus 79 degrees. The wind is gone. The dust is still. And somewhere beneath the ancient frozen surface, a layer of water ice sits in the dark, exactly where it has been for 4 billion years. Patient, silent, waiting to become the foundation of the first human city on another world. Day 2 complete. The water is real. Tomorrow, they begin to reach for it.